Well, if you know me at all, you know I'm all about the food, always about the food. And this next guest has been making Frederick tastier for several years because I remember Christine way back when she had her kitchen studio. And now she has a new path, and I'm so excited to find out more about it. Welcome, Christine, from the Empty Nest Kitchen.
Hi, Dani. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, well, I am so honored to speak to you now. And we came in contact 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah, at least. It's
A
been a million
lifetime
years.
ago, right?
I swear I've lived a million years here in this town.
Well, tell us now what your new endeavor is and how can we of Frederick support you?
Oh my gosh, you are the sweetest. So, as you mentioned, I used to own the Kitchen Studio Cooking School. I had that for 15 years, and it was a recreational cooking school, which meant if you wanted to have fun, you come to me. Well, now with the Empty Nest Kitchen, I'm kind of coming to you. So I'm offering virtual. And the cool thing is, it's opened up this whole new world where I'm able to teach virtual cooking classes and culinary team buildings. And it's been fantastic. Now, I do some local, if you're doing something in your house or you want me to come and do a cooking class for your friends or your book club or your ladies' night or whatever it is, I will still do that within a certain radius of Frederick because
Right.
that's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
But the online teaching has been incredible because one of the groups I've hooked up with is AARP. As you
Ah,
can tell, I'm a
well,
member.
right there too. Right there too.
I started teaching with AARP pre-pandemic, but then when everything moved online, they were looking for a way to reach their members. And it started just for AARP Maryland, but now I teach a class nationally every month.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's super fun. They are the greatest people to work with. They are so nice and so fun and just really easy. And we get several hundred people in every class.
That is so fun. Okay, so kind of explain because for those of us who are not as skilled in the kitchen as you, kind of walk us through how it works being virtual and doing this. Like, do people get recipes before and they get their ingredients, or are they just watching? How does that
Well,
work?
it's kind of their call.
Yeah.
So I just did a team building for a biotech company, and they have people up and down the East Coast. And I think all but one or two cooked with me. So they received all the recipes and they received a shopping list. And the other folks just watched and
Yeah.
participated as we went through. But it's kind of like having your own kitchen concierge there to answer your questions as you're going through. I kind of went into the online thing kicking and screaming in May of 2020,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and now I just think it's so great. I'm doing a class tonight for a group that's all up and down the East Coast, and some are going to cook, some aren't. But what it does is it lets you work within your own kitchen. If you came to Kitchen Studio, I had it all.
Yeah.
I not only had every tool you needed, I had four of them, you know. So this you're able to say, okay, well, I don't have that tool you have. What do I do? And it's we're live. I'm not doing
Yeah.
pre-recorded classes, so I can say, oh, you need this, wumpty wump, just do this
Right.
instead. And it works pretty well.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, how many of us have spent hours watching the cooking shows on HDTV and never picking up a pan, right? I
Right.
love the fact that you're accessible, and because that would be me. Oh my gosh, I've just burnt the thing. What do how do I replace it? Or is there something I can substitute? Or I think the fear of being virtual to all of us, and even what I'm doing now, you fear you're going to kind of lose that connectivity or that, and you don't. You
No.
don't. I
And
think we've moved beyond that. So,
I think we have, and I'm actually calling it cooking connected
ah,
because you wouldn't think that you would create connection, through the
yeah,
computer. But I'll tell you, it's so good because you just have this great opportunity to talk to people. When I do the AARP classes, they're hilarious because I have never seen such an active chat in my entire
I
life.
love it.
Like, I can't keep up with it. It's like literally rolling as I'm teaching, and it's the most fun thing ever. Everybody's just super good natured, really good humored, and they have the opportunity to send private messages. Because listen, when I had Kitchen Studio, there was pressure there. Even though I tried to alleviate the pressure, there was pressure that if you were working on a dish, you didn't want to screw it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only been one time in 4 years that I have watched somebody run across the screen, with something smoking, and it's been hilarious. And we all laughed and,
Yeah.
very good natured. But you could add salt instead of sugar, and you're the only one who knows.
Yeah.
You can play it off, don't you worry.
Yeah.
But it really is a great way to form connection.
Just the fact that now your reach has just expanded so much that
Yeah.
you're able to touch people and engage with them really kind of one-on-one or one to a small group and get, again, questions answered that you just can't from a television show that you're watching or anything like that. So that's phenomenal. I just love it.
Thank you. I love it too. And I keep the classes that I keep small. So we
Yeah.
might have 500 people in an AARP class, which is incredible. But I try to keep it small for the
Yeah.
classes that I'm running through Empty Nest Kitchen.
Yeah. Fantastic. What's your favorite thing to cook? Do you have one?
I don't know. I'm super into fish right now.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's the change in seasons. I mean, I like summer cooking the best
Ah, yeah. Okay.
because it's easy and you
Yes.
don't really have to do anything. But
Yeah.
I don't know. This morning I was testing out cappuccino chip muffins.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're delicious, by the way.
Okay. Well, I think there'll be many of us to raise our hands to be your guinea pigs for taste tests. But let me just go back to people who may not be familiar with you, though. What is your background and how did you kind of make this journey?
So I've been in Frederick for almost 28 years, and I came here from a marketing and advertising job, and I've done some marketing and advertising here in different jobs in Frederick. But I also went to culinary school when I lived in New York City, and it was a school that focused on French technique.
Okay.
And I knew from class one that I wanted to teach. That was it. I didn't want to work in a restaurant. I thought maybe writing for a food magazine would be cool. I just knew teaching was where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I didn't want to work in a kitchen because I really like my husband. And I knew that if I took like a food job like that, I knew what the deal was. We'd be on opposite schedules. So I personal chefed starting in about 2001. And did that until I opened Kitchen Studio in 2005.
Yeah.
And then I had that till 2020. It's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then I've been doing Empty Nest Kitchen for about the last year.
Yeah, that is just, again, what a great journey for somebody who loves to cook and not going the traditional restaurant 40-hour days and never being home, burning yourself out, which, unfortunately I've seen a lot of people do in the restaurant industry just by virtue of the fact that kitchen's open for 18 hours a day. And, if you got to be there. So that's excellent. What, if any, advice would you offer somebody who wants to kind of take a leap and do whatever they're passionate about online as well?
It's so cliche, but you just have to do it. It can't be perfect. You know this, Dani. If anybody knows this, you get this too. But, I can be an overanalyzer, right? And I want to have everything perfect before I do it and have it all lined up. And it just doesn't work that way.
No,
right?
never.
So I'm ready to jump at opportunities when they come.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm like, wow, that was not great.
Yeah.
But a lot of time I'm like, oh, this is terrific. Because I really do try to pull the positive out of everything now.
Yeah.
And just go, okay, maybe that experience wasn't fantastic, but here's this nugget that was really great. But I think you just do.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And I think it's funny, and it might be age. I don't know what it is, but it's more about I'm confident in my abilities. I might have messed up that particular thing, but it's not a statement about who I am. So I've kind of moved beyond that, which is great. And that is good advice. How can somebody reach out to you to either book you to come to their home or get on one of your empty nest kitchen classes, where do they go?
I'm starting to offer classes every Sunday afternoon so that you do the class, and when the class is over, ta-da, dinner
Oh,
is ready.
love it.
Yeah, so you can find all that on emptynestkitchen.com.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm on all the socials.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, it's The Empty Nest Kitchen.
Okay.
And then everywhere else, it's Empty Nest Kitchen.
Oh, that's so fun. I love the Sunday idea. I think that
Yeah.
is great.
It's hard finding a day because, if Mondays worked great for people, I'd do it on Mondays,
Yeah.
and walk through it. But I did a little survey, and almost everybody came back with do it Thursdays or Sundays, and most people said Sundays.
Yeah.
So
No,
I was
I
like,
think that's great. How do you deal with the what's for dinner question, Christine? This is the one that drives me the most crazy so far in my adult life.
yeah, I hear you. So for me, it's about keeping things handy, right?
Okay.
Keeping pantry cooking. So I always have things in the pantry, whether it's different grains or things like that. This is very controversial in chef world, and I'm probably going to get booted out, but I can handle it. When you are cooking for one or two people, I have to tell you, keeping frozen fish
Yeah.
it's the smartest thing ever if you like fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
But fish thaws incredibly quickly. It's much more reasonably priced. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, is it
True.
the same as catching your salmon in Alaska? No.
Right.
But you can get decent quality. And I mean, I'm not serving it to guests or the queen.
Right.
Or I guess, is there a queen now? I guess she's a queen. But I would serve her frozen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's just having things that are really handy. So right now, looking in the kitchen, I see a bag of onions or a bag of potatoes and some little tomatoes. And I know I could cook the potatoes and cook some fish, and I could make a quick sauce. And I have some spinach. I could wilt that down. It's just about having components that you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Yeah. What is your favorite fish?
I'm a crustacean lover, baby.
Yeah, me too.
So, but I also love, I love squid and octopus. I really love them, but it's not something I cook a ton of. But I go with the basics. I'm just doing basics right now.
Yeah, we do that. We eat a lot of fish actually here, and I have to freeze it just because it's what's for dinner and it's 3 o'clock and you're trying to figure it out. So, yeah.
It's so easy. The class I'm doing tonight is a 15-minute where I'm going to do a salmon fillet in the air fryer along with green beans. And when they're done, I have a little arugula salad that will make when they're in the, and it's 15 minutes from starting to think about it to on the plate.
I could just talk to you for hours about this just to get ideas, but I think the next step is we sign up for your Sunday class. When is that starting?
You can go on at any point and check. I'm doing a pizza class to show folks how to make like the really yummy crispy crust pizza in a home oven.
Okay.
Because I know pizza ovens are all the rage, but I don't have one.
I don't have one. Yeah. Yeah.
So
with these classes, how does that work?
Right now, I just have it one at a time.
It's going to be super successful, I know. We'll have people all over the country shouting your name from the rooftops. I just love it. Congratulations on this next phase, and we cannot wait to have the empty nest kitchen in our homes and serving it on our tables.
Thank you so much, Dani. And I also want to throw in, like every other person in the country right now, I've started a podcast.
Oh, yes.
Called The Empty Nest Kitchen. And it's all about super cool empty nest women. And we always talk food a little bit. We're just having a good time.
Awesome. I will make sure that we share your Empty Nest Kitchen podcast, and we'll have to download and listen to it soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dani.